When I was a kid growing up, I oftentimes didn't want to eat all my food or, drink the big glass of milk that my parents thought was necessary to make my bones strong. I had to drink this huge glass of milk every day. And when I wouldn't, and they would be coaxing me, even though they were very too woke, quote unquote, black people, they would say to me, Randy, there's starving kids in Africa. Got to eat your food. You should be grateful. And I didn't think anything of that statement back then, and I'm sure they didn't. And I'm sure all the millions of people who say that statement all the time have thought nothing about it. But as I've gotten older, it's really kind of hit me that we say things just callously, not thinking about it. But it really does have an effect where we in our minds think things about ourselves. And so I thought, being African American, thought that my ancestors, where I was from, was a decrepit place, right? Between my mom and dad saying things like they're starving kids in Africa and watching the late night TV where there'd be Suzanne Struthers talking about the starving kids in Africa. It's always been fed to me that Africa is horribly poor. And Africa does have poverty quite a bit, but so does the Ukraine. And so do so many countries. I've traveled quite extensively. And it was funny because when I went, first time I was able to go to the continent of Africa, I went to the country of Kenya on the eastern coast. And my first thought, people say, well, what did you think when you got there? And my first thought was like, people have been freaking lying to me. Right? I did not imagine these full bustling cities that my homeland had because, I just thought I was going to go and just barely be making it. Right. And so since then, I've gotten to go to East, West, Northern Africa. I haven't gotten to go as many places as I want. But, it dawned on me how ingrained it was in me that where I'm from, my people, it was a decrepit place. And I really think that we need to be careful about the language we use, what we're telling ourselves about ourselves, what we're telling our children about themselves, because it does have an effect. And so it's just something that I was thinking of today. Like, you do not hear people saying there's starving kids in Ukraine or there's starving kids in Appalachia or anything like that. It's always Africa. And so to be aware, just be aware of protecting ourselves, loving ourselves, and ensuring we're just not casually taking on the messages that have been told us about ourselves. This is Randy B. Talk to you soon.